Hello, this tutorial will show how to remove some bushes from a terrain model. The model was created by photometric software from images taken by a drone flying over a quarry. This little bush will be removed here, and plus the bushes along this edge and along this edge. AccuTrans doesn't have a tool that will cut a straight line through the model, so we'll have to do it by hand. If we rotate the model around, we can see the bushes are up and down, but we won't try to cut real close because that will take quite a bit of time. So I'll just do it by hand. Farther away. Now I'll go to the triangle delete, which brings up controls here. I've got textures turned on so that the textures appear above the model, and so now I'll just draw a line through the model and come around in a loop, and it highlights a bunch, and I'll say delete, and we've got the main bushes are all disconnected from the rest of the model. And then we'll come around this way, and I'll do the same thing here. Okay, so we've got the bushes all cut away, and so I'll say okay. Now we've got all kinds of little things over here, and I'll show you a way to get rid of those without having to click on every one of them. So I'll go up here to the Tools 3 command and go down to Remove Orphan Polygons. And I'll click on it and get to say yes or no. I'll say yes. This was a tool meant to when you've completed your model for 3D printing and you might have left a couple small triangles in behind. This was to find those triangles and remove them. But it can be also used here. And it just found 4,549, which it removed. So we'll run the command again, because it doesn't loop through. And every time you run the command, it partly changes your model so that it will reveal others on a second pass, which will take out more, and we took out 994. And so we'll try it again. Doing this, you can get rid of quite a few. I should actually make a new tool that will do this all without you having to do it multiply by hand. By removing as many single polygons as we can, it's going to speed up the next step of this operation. This is why I'm doing it. Well, you could probably get some more, but I'll leave it at that. So now what I'm going to do is go to the count meshes with optional copy to the clipboard. And so it'll determine how many meshes the model could be broken into, and it says 309. And we'll click yes, so they'll be copied to the AccuTrans clipboard and not the one that the Windows operating system has. So I'll say yes. Now this will take a couple of minutes to run. Have you installed the AccuTrans manual so you can consult the manual and use context-sensitive help by clicking on the buttons? You probably haven't. So if you go to the website, to the downloads page, and from where you downloaded AccuTrans, if you go down just a little bit further, there's the button to click on to download the manual. And it's just a zip file, and you extract the manual from the zip file and put it in exactly the same folder that you have AccuTrans. If AccuTrans and the help file aren't in the same folder, AccuTrans can't find the help manual. And then when you try to run it for the first time, you'll probably see this little window displayed, and if you do, click on this button, which takes you to this web page. And there's what you would see, that, and it might be something simpler. Our copy just completed there. And if you see that, you come down and open up Windows Explorer, go to the folder where you put the help file, right click on it, click on Properties, and then it brings up this. If these look unfamiliar to you, this is from the old Vista operating system. I haven't updated. And you just go to click on Unblock and OK, Apply and then OK, and then the help file will work. Now, the 64-bit AccuTrans also uses a 32-bit helper file. Microsoft never updated their HTML help program, which actually displays the manual, into a 64-bit program. So everything has to run through the 32-bit program to get to Microsoft HTML help. So if you want to use help, as soon as you start up AccuTrans, and before you do anything else, click on the context-sensitive help button, then click on one of these other buttons, or just click on the screen. And how about that? The help manual should have come up. I just killed it. Oh, there. I killed it. It should have come up. It was working just before I started this, and so now the only way I can get it to work is to shut down AccuTrans and then start it up again. It's quite finicky, and I can't figure out how to get around it. So now we've got all the stuff sitting in the clipboard, and so now either I could click Close, clear this window out, and then load in the stuff from the clipboard to the work area I'm working in. But if I've got lots of memory, I can just click on another work area, go to the clipboard, and do Paste Layers from Clipboard. And it'll take a few seconds to come in. There's our model, and it has 309 layers here. And there's only the one we want. So I'll place the cursor over the layer that I want. I'll hold down the Shift key and the Control key, and then click the right mouse button. That layer turns off. So you can see it here, it's turned off, all the others are green. Now, to reverse, to turn the ones off that are green and the one that is off to green, I just click this button and they're around, so I'm only displaying this one and not everything else. And so I'll do Clipboard, copy layers to Clipboard. There, that layer is copied. I'll clear this one out, and then I'll do a Clipboard, paste layers from Clipboard. There's our model back. We only have one layer. That got rid of all the other stuff without clicking on it. And now you could go in and fix up these edges however you want them. Now, a slightly different method to get rid of this little bush in the back. Okay, we'll bring that up, and I'll go into Edit Vertices mode, and I can click on I can click on any vertex in here. It doesn't matter where, and it turns red because it's selected. If contact sensitive help was working, we'll just try it again. Oh, now it's working. Okay, this is contact sensitive help, and it gives you instructions for shortcut keys that belong with that button, and so that you can get it there. If we click on other buttons, we can get help on all of them, so that will get you down. And then this is also a useful button. We can switch between world and local coordinates. World coordinates are always fixed on the screen. The z-axis is up, positive x goes to the right, and positive y goes into the screen. And this symbol down here shows us the local axes in which direction they're pointing. So now to get out of this mode, I just click there and we're ready to go. Now I'm going to click drag box on, and then I'm going to do a Control A, which is going to allow me to pick vertices anywhere in the model. And you have to be careful with this because you could pick up vertices that you don't want to do anything with. And so now I'll just start selecting all the vertices in this area. Zoom in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this away from that part of the model. And now you have to know what unit of measurements you're using inside the model and what size it is. And I'm picking 0.1 to do my movement. And because everything reacts slow uploading the new values from the CPU to the GPU, you have to move very slowly on a big model for it making the adjustment and give AccuTrans time to build up. I'm going to release the button. Okay, I think we're good. So now I come around. So now I want to get some of the vertices that I missed. And you can also, if you select a vertex by mistake, there's an erase mode. You do Control E, and then you can turn off the ones that you didn't want. Yeah, we'll call this good. Now to pull these out, this USV is an undo for all the selected vertices. So I'll click that, and it went back to where it was. And just to go out, we'll just look around and see if anything is colored blue. It doesn't look like it, so we're good. And now, okay, I'm set up here, and I want to go in the world positive X direction, so I've got the world button on, and it just so happens that the local X is the same way, so it wouldn't matter which I was using. So now I'll pull this away some. No, there's a couple I missed. Okay, we'll call that good. I'll say okay. I'd actually go in and fix up all those, but we won't take the time. And now I'll go to Tools, Triangle Delete, and then draw around, do a delete, and try to get some more. Uses feedback from OpenGL to try and find the triangles and that are being selected in the loop, and it doesn't work as good as it should. And it gets very hard to track down, because you just have to look at the logic you're writing in code to figure out what you did wrong, why it's not working. Okay, we've got it all divided. I'll hold down the shift key and click with the left mouse button. Oh, the whole model is going to turn red. I should have checked up above. Yep. This is what happens when you leave something. Oh, I wasn't supposed to be clicking on that one anyway. Which is okay. That was supposed to stay there. But that's what happens when you what it would happen if you didn't have all your all the edges broken along the line of where you're trying to divide the parts. Now I could have cleaned these out again, as I showed before, by copying to the clipboard, and instead of going this way. And that's why you wouldn't want to do a couple hundred or a couple thousand. You'd be taking all day. Okay, they're all gone now, and so we'll say OK. Okay, so there are another 2 ways that you can work on for deleting unwanted polygons from your model. This completes this tutorial. Goodbye.